All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol FCEL, FuelCell Energy Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So FuelCell had a run last week, right, leading into the end of the week and so forth. And here we saw a slight dip, and today it brought itself up, right, reached highs here of about 1358, and it just collapsed fairly fast and leveled off. So right now there's still room for this to come back up due to the fact that when I look at the chart, I look at how far the distance was from this run to this run and how far the pullback has been, right? And the pullback has kind of cut off right around here. So there's still some room before we say, hey, we got to really pay attention to this because it's going to start hitting newer lows, and we're still above that point, right? There's a significant difference or distance actually. We're still kind of far away from it. It would be somewhere down here around this area, closer to 1043, 1042. So we still have like a whole dollar and like some change, but we need to watch this carefully because we're now in bearish territory. And that run was significant, and just as fast as it went up, it's going down. And it tried here by the bulls to pull it back up significantly from $12.27 up to almost $13 and some change, and then it just straight down, right? So we need to see what is going on and what we need to watch for here coming up in the next day, which is tomorrow and the following days ahead, according to the volatility of this stock. So support was broken through, which was almost 12 and some change, and now let's see our new support here, and we're going to see our new resistance. I think this is still significant because this resistance level was the second highest point from those highs of 1391. So 1378, very important point for the bulls to break through. I just want every single investor to be aware of that. That is probably one of the most important resistance levels moving forward to hit newer highs, new resistance levels, and get deeper into bullish territory. I want every single investor to be aware of that. So our 50-day moving average here is 1262. As long as we're below it, we're in bearish territory. The moment we're above it, yes, we're in bullish territory, but the bulls still need to break through 1378, and I know that there's another resistance level in between, but I mean 1378 is still significant because that's the highest point before it fell almost into bearish territory. And yes, this was a slight pullback upwards. It missed it and it fell down. So 1378 is still something I would pay close attention to, and to have a midway point, I would use this resistance level here of 1343, but 78 is still much more significant and can tell us how much further the stock is going upwards, right? So we're at 1262 here with the 50-day moving average. The bulls need to cross that first before crossing any of those resistance levels. But before getting to the 50-day moving average, the bulls have to break through this first resistance. So let's talk about support, which is significant and important because there was a support level here that was kind of a midway point in this run, and it actually kind of hit lower than it at one point in the day, and now it's sitting slightly above it, which was 1146. Okay, so this is a very important point right here where it leveled off. If this support that we're about to talk about, which is 1124, has been used as support and this continues to run up by the bulls, we won't see this hit newer lows. We'll see this start to have a tug of war, and we're going to have to watch how long the bulls can hold themselves up or get themselves back into bullish territory, or are the bears just waiting for that point and tearing this down to newer lows. So we're at that point. Now, if support gets broken through, our next support level would be way down here at 1042, but we don't have to worry about that just yet. The first support level we want to keep our eyes on and pay close attention to here is 1124. Super important support level right now. It's the lowest point that we've seen this stock go in this bearish trajectory. We're already in bearish territory, and if it breaks through 1124, we're going to get deeper into bearish territory. So very, very important for every single investor to watch how this stock is doing if it breaks through 1124. Now, on the other hand, we have our resistance. Our resistance is 1167. That needs to be broken through by the bulls. But I want every single investor to be aware that 1167 being broken through does not signify that the bulls have gained control and that they're guaranteed to break through the 50-day moving average. This is just an indicator for us investors to know where this is heading. The resistance is above, so it means that this is heading upwards. If it gets turned into a support, it indicates that the bulls have a chance here to pull away from it and get closer to their goal. But it does not guarantee or tell us that the bulls have gained control. They won't gain control until they end up back in bullish territory. So I want every single investor to be aware of that. But with all of that said, the resistance 1167 still needs to be broken through and turned into a support, even though it doesn't guarantee that the bulls have gained control, because it is one step further upwards and closer to their goal. So I want every single investor to be aware of that. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and in that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen, and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here. And I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates, the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it. Anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like, for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88, and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02, and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates. And even on these dates, there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.